Blanccie.
My name is Caitlyn.
My name is Velicia Pricilla.
My name is Naufaldi Maheswara P.
My
Ongko.
name is Andreas, Putra.
And we chose video number 3 titled Justice. Before we jump to the topic, let me give you guys a brief explanation about what the video is about. The video, like I said before, is titled Justice. But the real deal inside is actually the opposite. We can see a real case of injustice in the video. So we can see here there's this lecturer who suddenly kicks out a student from his classroom without any reason or explanation at all. And it's unfair. But the classmates sitting in their own places didn't do anything about it. They know that it's wrong, they didn't do anything about it. It's a very bad thing to do. And then the lecturer gave a quick explanation about why injustice exists, related to what he just did before because it's unfair. He said, and I quote, "You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business." This is the whole point of injustice. This is why injustice exists. And when we all listened to this quote, when we all saw that scene, we all agree that this is the same problem that we're dealing with right now. Indonesia is dealing with injustice. It's going on everywhere, from the top to the bottom, from every viewpoint, especially the political view. We all experience injustice. And it's not a new thing. It's an old song that's been going on for years, decades, and it is yet had not been solved. Indonesia is experiencing injustice. Injustice is still happening right here, right now.
Next up is the types and the impacts of injustice. So injustice comes in many forms. The first one is social injustice. It means that it happens when people face discrimination based on race, gender, or religions. And the example is racial segregation, gender inequality in education or workplace. And next up is economic injustice. It appears in form of poverty, unfair wages, or inequality access to resources. And the third one is legal injustice. It occurs when laws are not applied equally, like corruption cases, getting a light punishments compared to small crimes. And lastly is political injustice. It means when citizens are denied fair participation, such as during elections, fraud, or suppressions of free speech. Next is the impacts of injustice. The impacts of injustice are very serious. The first one is people lose trust in law, government, and institutions when injustice happens repeatedly. Second is injustice often creates social conflicts like protests, riots, and even violence. And the third one is become a barrier to development because not everyone's got equal access to education, jobs, and opportunities. And lastly, injustice causes a decline in people's well-being, especially for marginalized groups who suffer from poverty, poor health, and insecurity. So let me share our opinion about this video and connect it with the happening in front of others. But before that, we will remind you with the quote that we found: silence in the face of injustice is itself injustice. So we know that civilians should be protected and feel secure in this country. But reality hit us when we know that so many cases of human violation in this country, which is Indonesia. And we know the famous or the big cases is pelanggaran HAM berat pada tahun 1998, and the Democrats has been many doing with the people. It's called Kamisan. And also we know the resolusi Democrats in 17+8 tuntutan masyarakat terhadap pemerintah dan juga Dewan Perwakilan Rakyat kita. Human right is right to us. So from this video, we know that the small action will create the big impact for everyone.
So, in Indonesia, gender inequality is still common. This gender inequality can arise because of political culture and gender stereotype which is still going on until now. In political culture, the society still places men as the center of the power and women in the lower position. Men are considered the head of the family and the main breadwinner. Meanwhile, another there is gender stereotype. This means that men are often seen as more rational and more deserve to be a leader compared to women. When women are considered more emotional and only suitable for doing the domestic roles like doing household. So women are still relatively small in the position of making decisions in politics and government. Women are also often get lower wages than men for the similar work and jobs. And women also have a limited opportunity career. Because of the relation, gender equality is still not perfect in Indonesia. There is a quote from Broadland. This is about gender inequality that says about gender equality is not only unjust, it is an obstacle to progress. This means that gender equality is very important for progress for the country. So we hope that we can take a small action or small step like increasing awareness and education about gender equality in Indonesia, so gender equality in Indonesia can achieve more perfectly than now.
And then, in second last point of our presentation, we have the solution of injustice. But firstly, I will explain what is justice and injustice first. While justice is one of the most essential pillars in our human civilization, it is not simply about abstract ideals, but it's about creating concrete realities when fairness, equality, and human dignity are upheld. Justice ensures every person, even including us, regardless of their background, identity, or status. It is granted rights, opportunities, and treatment they deserve. While on the other hand, injustice means the opposite of justice. Injustice represents the breakdown of this way of principles. It is the denial of fairness, imbalance of equality, and the stripping away of rights that every human is being entitled to. Injustice can be obvious, such as discrimination, exploitation, and oppression. And what makes injustice so dangerous is its the ability to appear anywhere, even in institutions, community, and within families and even within the conscience of an individual. The roots of injustice are not always external. Often, they grow within ourselves. When we tolerate unfairness, when we choose the silence over truth, or when we take prioritize personal gain over collective well-being. So therefore, the solution to injustice starts from self-awareness. It is actually start from dignity to stand against inequality in any form. Small actions such as speaking truth, respecting difference, refusing discrimination, and defending the rights of others are seeds of justice that, when practiced collectively, can grow into systemic change. Justice must be internalized as a personal commitment before it can become a collective reality. Only then can society create a sustainable system that resists oppression, embraces equality, and guarantees that no one is left behind.
Okay. The video conveys a powerful moral message about the true meaning of justice. Justice not merely a theory to be studied in lectures or classroom, but something that must be realized during action. Through samples and examples, when a student puts unfair needs explain. The speaker highlight the silence of other students who did nothing to stop the injustice. Ringing its silence in the face of injustice reflects in the face as if the issue is not of concern. In reality, injustice that is in now can if qualifies and find included first self, the false justice refined and collective courage to speak and courage and fair treatment.
Okay, Andreas, I think you can stop there because it's already all ideas. Semua idenya udah cover. Because of time, sorry to stop, but it does not reduce anything of your performance. Tidak mengurangi apapun, karena intinya semua sudah masuk. Ya, oke teman-teman, thank you. Yes, put the question to the group. Question jangan ditanyain karena waktu. Taruh nanti di channel, nanti dijawab saja. Saya akan cek question. Ya, thank you once again, group 3. So go, please group 4. Yes, you may.